Hey everyone, I'm back again with another video, and this one is a two-story video, so be sure to stick around for the second story as well. The first one is titled, My Fiancé/Wife Cheated and I Still Love Her. Is it possible to salvage a relationship after being cheated on? Please make sure you like the video and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Let's get right into it. I need some input from someone who has gone through a similar situation. Some backstory. We met in 2014 and fell in love instantly. There was a huge spark and we were inseparable. We went to all kinds of events together and had a great time always doing whatever we did. I always told her though, don't cheat on me and I won't cheat on you. I've never been cheated on and I was raised with good moral values. I would/still do buy her flowers spontaneously. I'll handwrite cards for her. I do a lot of little things because it's one thing I know is that life is all about the little things. Of course, like any relationship, we stayed getting comfy and doing less activities and stayed home a lot. Now, I'm a huge advocate for talking about what is going on and how one can overcome it. I knew our relationship was lacking in the intercourse department. It had gotten to the point where I would have to ask for intercourse. There was/is no more passion like there used to be. If I don't say nothing, it can be upwards of 2 weeks before she brings it up. She says that she doesn't feel that spark and she doesn't think about intercourse. Well, she cheated on me 2 months before our wedding at a bar with some guy who she told me there was a spark with. Now, here's the kicker. She sat me down post-cheating and before I knew about it and told me she was unsure about the relationship and where things were going. I calmed her and said, hey, what can I do to help improve things? She said, you can do X, Y, and Z, and hopefully that will improve things. I busted my A off for those 2 months doing all of this stuff, and every time things were going good, she would get into a mood about her happiness and how this isn't working. I'm sure it was her guilt eating at her. Either way, she didn't tell me until 2 weeks before our wedding on the day my father passed away years ago, so that day is already tough for me as is. I was incredibly upset about this. What was I doing all this for the past 2 months? What were the last 3 years? Who was by your side when your grandparents passed away? Who was by your side when you were recovering from a terrible car accident? She told me she was sorry and she would never do it again. I said that we can try to work things out. We got married anyway, and now 2 months later, I still don't know if things are getting better. I still love her dearly, and I want things to work out. But am I holding on to something that isn't there anymore? I know a relationship is a two-way street, and I just feel like I'm putting all this effort into it and not seeing results. Has anyone been in a situation similar to this and overcome it with your significant other? How long did it take for things to start getting better? And the first comment says, yes, recovery is possible. No, it doesn't look anything like this. She hasn't shown any remorse and expects you to keep changing to keep her from cheating on you again. To top it off, she unloaded her guilt on you the day your father passed away and still expected you to get married 2 weeks later. This doesn't sound like a person who cares about you. Relationships are supposed to be a two-way street. Yours is a dead end. And another commenter replied, listen to this. There is not enough reciprocation here to be successful. Thank your future self for stopping it right here and now. Thank God there's no kids yet, I hope. And another commenter says, man, you effed up royally. How could you just marry her like nothing happened? No, it's impossible for you to salvage this relationship. Only she can do it. But apparently she doesn't give a F. Why would she anyway? She cheated on you, stomped on you, utterly disrespected you, and you married her anyway? Why should she take an effort if she apparently can take you for granted? Keep working your A off while she's looking for spark in some other bar. And another commenter says, ouch, the marriage definitely should have been put on hold right when you found out. But I know, this is moot point now. It does sound like you are holding on to something that isn't there. She isn't into making this relationship work. I am sorry. And the next comment says, the only way you two can recover is if both want that outcome. You guys both have to be on the same page. If you're not, and it sounds like she's not, then you're just hurting yourself more. And the next comment says, no offense, you shouldn't have married her. If I were you, I would file for divorce and find someone better. Cheaters get better at hiding the cheating, or if they don't care, they are blatant about it. It doesn't sound like she wants to be married to you. You are there for her, but she doesn't sound like she's interested in being there for you. Find someone better for yourself. I left my cheating ex-wife 20 years ago. I have spent 14 of these last 20 years with a much better woman. Do the same for yourself. And the next comment says, I want to add to prepare yourself for the following conversation when you decide this will not work. You. I'm sorry I thought I could do this, but the betrayal is too deep. Her. How could you lie and string me along like that? I wish the best, but be prepared to be the bad guy in her eyes now. You are not, but she will go there. And our second story is titled, My Wife Cheated on Me. Any advice? Let's get right into it. My wife cheated on me a few months ago. Painful to admit. I was suspicious because she had been acting out of the norm and going out for seemingly no reason. I snooped on her phone around that time. There was a picture of a man in a hotel and pictures of her at a fancy restaurant from 2 days later, both when I was at work. She denied it for hours on end and tried to make excuses. That night we had a huge fight. She admitted to meeting him 3 times, only once at a hotel, but swears up and down that they didn't have intercourse. Not a chance, right? Before that, we had a great relationship for the most part. We of course had small fights like all couples, but nothing that couldn't be overcome. We were inseparable, went everywhere together, took vacations together, cooked for each other, had a great intercourse life. I had never snooped on her phone before, or even thought about it. I never could have imagined this happening to me. After that fight though, I didn't want to immediately break up. Try as I might, I still love the girl with all my heart. She swears to have cut contact, which is true as far as I know. She went out of her way to pick up most of the chores around the house, and try to do nice things for me like getting gifts and cooking me nice dinners. For the most part, things have gotten a bit better, but nowhere near what they used to be. I still have trust issues though. I know that, I've told her that, and I'm sure she can tell even if I didn't tell her. Can these be overcome? Perhaps it hasn't been enough time or effort on my part. In a moment of weakness/stupidity, I snooped on her computer. The pictures on the computer, with all of the recent ones being of us or recent events, our trips together, outings, our wedding, etc. However, I kept looking even though older pictures shouldn't have, I know, and found that she had a lot of other pictures and videos of her past. Specifically, there are videos of her having intercourse with at least 3 other men and pictures of them having intercourse with more than 10 others. As far as I can tell, all of these were from before we met, so it's really her own private business. I'm still really bothered that she's saving these videos. What the F? Also, although it's a bit bad to admit, the number of guys bothers me as well. I should have stopped looking once I saw the first few, but it's too late. She always told me that she cut out exes entirely and deleted any trace of her past relationships when she broke up with the people. Well, both of those things were lies since I recognized one of the guys, who she talks to, maybe a few times a year, but still, why lie about it? I don't know how to feel right now. I feel bothered and hurt and sad and mad and confused and lots of other things. My trust issues are eating at me, but I still love her and want to forgive her. What should I do? And the first comment says, the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. As painful as the realization is, you've married a cheater and a liar who doesn't even have the integrity to own up to her actions and give you the truth. Her continued disregard for your feelings reveals her true character. Duplicitous, selfish, cruel, and lacking honor. There's only hurt and pain for you ahead with this woman. There is only a life of regret for you and further marginalization of yourself, your hopes, and dreams of your very soul. You will either be destroyed by her, or it will destroy that part of you that loves and hopes. leaving only a cynical shell of a man to despair and lash out at himself and the world. The thing to know is that this life is very finite. You live it once, and if you have any sense of self left, know that there is still opportunity to love and be loved in a way that honors your beliefs and your commitment to being a good person in the world. But in order for that to be, in order for you to stand up and be counted amongst the living that really want something from this life, to really cherish the gifts that it can give you, you'll have to stand up for yourself first and recognize that you are not only worthy of this, but want it. And you can only do this by saying no to this woman and the lie your marriage to her is, and to end it now. Let her wallow in the intercourse and lies of duplicity and unkindness. Let her live life like a sneak thief in the dark while the currency of her body fades and she sinks lower and lower on the food chain. You stand up and live strong and walk on. Let the maw of chaos swallow her up, and let the black hole of broken dreams and promises be weight that draws her to oblivion. You rise above it and go beyond it all. And I guarantee you that there is a wonderful beckoning sun on your horizon that will always leave her shadow behind you. You can get through this, but that is now your choice to make. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you like the video and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any of our future videos, and be sure to comment below what other subreddits you want me to cover.